Welcome to another session of Ofmos Classic. Today we're going to be playing the car scenario. This is pretty cool visually because it makes things easier. So on a horizontal you have small cars, mid-sized cars, large cars, and on a vertical you have premium at the top, standard, value, and then basic. So without wasting any more time, we're going to go in the game stage one, where each CEO must launch one of the cars in one of the 9 business environments. So we'll go with red first, paying 9, or the launch expenses are 9. So this is 90, brings the cash for red to 91. By the way you make cash or lose cash is displayed on the screen. It's pretty simple. You can move the pieces in any direction, just one cell. And the way you make the most money is by creating those alignments, which are equivalent of the synergy phenomena that's happening in the business world. So blue's turn. This brings down to cash 91. So for each launch, you pay the number indicated at the corners of that environment. Okay, red goes down to 85. Blue's turn. Let's see, this is kind of, they mirror each other. This goes to 85. Okay, so let's see, red, this goes to 80, blue, this goes to 77, red, let's go to 78. So in the first stage, we are basically launching the products. No other actions are permitted. Blue, let's see, we're gonna put here in the middle. We got 72. Red, this goes to 70. Okay, this brings down the cash for blue to 70. Red has to pay 3. It goes down to 67. Okay, same for blue. Okay, 66 for red. $60 for blue. Payment of 4 for red. This brings down the cash to 62. Cash goes down to 56 for blue. And the last product from red that has to be launched brings down the overall cash to 55. Remember, the winner in this game is the player with the most cash, accumulated cash or cash on the table, when the game stops. And the game stops when one of the teams has exited business with all the products. So there are no products from that team on the table. And whatever products are being left on the table, they don't count for anything. So only the accumulated cash will matter in the end. Okay, so we are launching the last blue product as well. It's a payment of 1. So basically this concludes the first stage. Now we start operating these businesses Obviously, we have the possibility of taking competing products out, but probably the best way to maximize your cash is by creating those alignments, at least 3 pieces, adjacent pieces or neighboring pieces horizontally. And in that case, you're going to get whatever the action requires, whether it's an incoming cash or outgoing cash, and then you're going to get a bonus for each piece in that alignment. So red moves, and we have a possibility right now to actually showcase this alignment. So in the center, right, where we get the premium mid-size cars, I'm operating that business. By operating the business, the perceived value drops because I'm selling a lot of these cars in the marketplace. So I'm making money. I'm making think of it as 6 million. So it's 61. But then, because I have synergy or alignment, creating bonus as well. So I have 2 plus 5 plus 5, so 12. So we're adding 12 here as well, which brings the total cash to 73. Blue must move right now. So blue, I'm going to choose to move down from operate the business in the premium small cars environment, which causes that product to commoditize and to take out the competing red piece. So blue will make 3, and this is 58. Okay, red, let's keep the action up there. I'm going to do a lateral move in the premium small car environment. The lateral moves are 0. There's no cash transfer because the expenses associated with innovation, with making the car more complex in terms of processes, those expenses cancel out the income or that would be generated from operating that business. So 0, but as you can see, I'm kind of positioned myself or positioned the red team to be able to do another alignment there. So trying to maybe, it's kind of defensive, aggressive move. I'm going to move lateral with the blue piece as well, so it's 0 in the premium mid-size cars, but I'm kind of above those alignments, those future alignments. So red moves from that premium small car environment, moves down by operating the business. It kills basically or squeezes out of the market the blue competitor, and again creates an alignment. So we get 3 million from the action itself, from operating the business. It's a downward move. This brings the cash to 76. And then we have another 2 plus 5 plus 5 bonus from the synergy, so it's a 12. So this brings the total cash to 88. Okay, now the earlier move, trying to prevent this this red alignment to evolve into something bigger. I'm operating right in the middle of the board, basically in a premium mid-size cars. I'm operating the blue product. This commoditizes and moves down by taking out the red piece. So blue makes 6 out of this move, but at least it had a chance to prevent further development of that alignment. So 6 plus 58, this brings the total cash for blue to 64. Now let's see what else can we do with the red to try to create some alignments. So let's see. Maybe we're gonna operate the standard mid-size car, the red one in the center. So it's a simple downward move that generates 5. So this brings the cash to 93. Blue in the same environment moves down. This generates 5, so it brings the cash to 69 for blue. In the standard small car environment, I'm going to operate the red product, the red car. This will generate 2 for the red team. So the score, the cash goes down, it goes up to 92. Now, let's see what we can do here with blue. I'm going to start moving the premium, operating the business in the premium large car environment, and I'm making 9. So this brings my cash to 78. Red follows, makes 9. This brings the cash for red to 101. Let's see. Operating another blue car in the standard large cars. This is 8. So it brings the cash to 86. And now with red, let's see, in the center here, standard mid-size cars, I'm operating that product, and I'm making 5, which brings the cash to 106. I'm going to operate one of the blue cars there, the one right in the center. I'm making 5, and this brings the cash for blue to 91. And now, let's see, red is trying to kind of be aggressive, moves down from that center environment, takes out the blue, and makes a 5. Yeah. This brings the total cash to 111. Now, the blue team has an opportunity to do an alignment with a lateral move. So from the standard small car environment, operating that laterally, by increasing the complexity of the car, we move lateral. There's no cash transfer, but we have created a synergy. So we have 5 plus 5 plus 5 as bonus. So this adds to 91, which is going to bring the cash to 106. Now, red has to move. So what we're going to do in the basic small car environment, if I'm operating laterally that piece, basically I'm creating a synergy, an alignment for the red. So it's 0 from the move, and then 1 plus 4 plus 4. So it's 9, which is going to bring the cash to 120. Now it's blue's turn. So basically I'm going to move down with one of the pieces from the center environment there, and I'm making 5, bringing the cash to 111. Now with the red team, so I'm going to operate one of the highest position piece in the standard large cars, and I'm going to make an 8. This brings the cash to 128. This is going to allow the blue team to take out one of the pieces in the center, moving down from standard mid-size cars to basic mid-size cars, and in the process making 5. So this brings the cash to 116. Okay, so let's see what else we can do defensively with red. So I'll move in the standard large car space, I moved laterally, trying to threaten some of the blue pieces there. But blue is not gonna take the bait and moves down in the center, basically making 5 from the move, and that would bring the cash to 121. And then basically we have an alignment which is 4 plus 4 plus 4, so it's a 12. So the 12 brings the cash to 133. Now red will move down from the standard large cards environment, takes out the blue and makes 8. This brings the cash for red to 136. Okay, blue, let's see, it moves in that same environment. The standard large cards moves down, makes 8. This brings the cash for blue to 141. Red will try to kind of get out of the way so it doesn't lose that piece. Moves in the basic large cards space, basically makes a lateral move, and there's nothing there to be transferred, no cash transfer. I'm moving down with blue. This will basically give the blue team an incoming cash of 8 and bringing the total to 149. Let's see, I'm gonna move for the red, trying to bring another piece in this battle from the standard small card space, doing a lateral move. There's no cash transfer. With blue now in the standard large cards, I'm operating downwards. That's an 8. And that's will bring the total cash to 157. Okay. I'm going to do the same with red. Lateral move in that same space. Blue continues to move down. That's another 8. So this is 165 total for blue. I'm going to bring the red down. That's 8. This brings the total to 144 for red. Blue moves down in that same space, and it generates another 8. This is going to be 173. Okay, red moves down and takes out the blue competitor, making 8. So this is going to be 152. Okay, that was the red move. Okay, let's in the center here, basic mid-size car. I'm operating one of the pieces, making 4 for the blue team. This brings the total of 177. I'm coming with the red piece from the standard mid-size car in the center. This is 5 for red. Okay. I'm gonna move down with blue, and that's 4, so that's 181 total score. Making a lateral move with red. However, and that's 0. I can move now in a basic mid-size environment. There are 3 blue pieces here, and I can make an alignment. So 4 from the move. This brings the score to 185. And then I have 4 plus 4 plus 4 as so it's 12 as bonus. So this takes the score to 197 for the blue team. I'm doing one more lateral move with red. That basically There's no cash transfer for it. Moving down with the blue piece in the center, that's 4, so that brings the score to 201. Now finally I can do an alignment with red, moving down into an alignment, so I have 5, so it's 162, and then I have 4 plus 7 plus 7 as bonus, so that's 18, and that brings the score to 180, or the cash for the red team. Now let's see, so I'm moving down in the center with the blue piece. That gives me 4. It's basically 205. Moving down in that same environment with red, and it's 4. That brings the score to 184. Okay, another alignment now for blue, right there at the bottom. So it's 4 from the move. That brings the score to 209. And then I need to add the bonus, which is 4 plus 4 plus 4. So it's 12. So that brings the total score for blue to 221. Now with red, I'm going to actually take out the blue piece there at the bottom, and I'm making 4, so the score goes to 188. Now I'm making a lateral move with red, trying to catch up here. The blue moves down all the way on the right in the basic large cars operating that business. So that generates 7, bringing the score to 228. Now with red, what we're going to do, we're going to move down right next to the blue. So that's a 7. The score goes to 195. Let's see, blue moves down again, another 7, so it's 235. Moving with red, it's another 7. That's 202. Okay, so I can start taking out blue pieces. So I'm gonna take the one in the corner in basic large cars, and because I'm on the bottom row, basically I can, I'm making money, so I'm making that same amount of money indicated by the environment. Because if I would exit from anywhere else, not the bottom row, I have to pay 9. It's a penalty for missed business opportunities, if you'd like. So I'm exiting here. This gives blue another 7. This is 242 total in cash. Now with red, basically I'm moving down. This is 7, so it brings the total to 209. Let's say I'm gonna take out one of the blue pieces. This generates a profit of 4, so it's 246. Now this is interesting. Moving down with red, and I'm making an alignment. So it's 7 from the move itself. This would be 216. And then I have bonus 4 plus 7 plus 7. This is 18. So this would bring the score to 34. To 34. Now, what we have, basically, blue was trying to rush to stop the game, because as soon as all those pieces are out, the game stops, and basically only the money that's there on the table or accumulated will matter. And in this case, blue has an advantage. So I'm taking that piece out, I'm retiring that product, generating 4, and thus bringing the score to 250, or the cash for blue. Now, the red basically moves up, which is a -4. It's an upward move, and has to pay 4. It brings the score to 230. Hoping to create in a future turn basically a synergy, an alignment, which, as you're gonna see in a second, can actually overturn this result. Because if I would choose to move with the blue to move straight down, I would only make 1, but then give the red an opportunity to actually make an extra move. In this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to retire the blue piece, but I have to pay 9. So my score for the blue team would drop to 241. So as you can see, if red would have had one extra move, it would have been able to make this alignment and basically overturn the result and win the game in the very last with one more move. But it was not meant to be. So I hope you enjoyed this this game, and I'm looking forward to see you in another session of Ofmos.